Handidiolu Media Channel and Foundation. Welcome everybody on board. As you can see, I'm still sleeping. Yeah, um, federal court, federal court overall in Nigeria, all the way from Abuja, legalize prostitution. We don't know where Nigeria is going ahead. His Excellency Buhari, 70-year plus, still on still reigning as Nigerian president. I don't know what you now define. I don't know what you are looking for. People are just, their target is like, let me, at least if I can go third term, if I can go second term, but the main thing that's supposed to be priority, that during their reign, welfare of the law abiding of the citizens supposed to be intact. That is not our government's priority. Look at the reason why he keep on rearresting Sowore, despite that this same, including High Court, has granted Sowore bail, has granted Sowore release several times. This our so-called president will still plan with DSS. They will still grab Sowore again. Now, the overall federal High Court in Nigeria, as I know that they were like, I know what the law is going through in Nigeria, that nobody is above the law. But Buhari, our Excellency Buhari, is proving the law wrong. Now, they have legalized prostitution. Federal High Court, you should have, I understand that things are messy in Nigeria. I understand your tactics. I understand the lost tactics and the strategy, that they don't care anymore. But things are messy. What about our children? What about our youth? You are giving people tendency not to have a second thought. I'm sure all prostitutes, all the adults also will not buy the idea with the law enforcing prostitution. You even said that the officer should not invade their hood anymore. The officers have no right. Prostitution will be here and there, both young and adult. Everything is not safe. Relationships are not safe anymore. Because you know normal mentality of Nigerian men. They are not ready to go long-thing, wasting their time on a woman. They believe it's long-thing. They will no longer respect their spouse anymore. They will no longer respect their wife anymore. Men will not be willing to propose anymore, because for men, they don't. Do you understand? Men are lazy folks out there. A lot of relationships that are supposed to mature are in threat. A lot of marriages are in such threat. Some married men will not even come home again. What is Nigeria turning into, for goodness sake? Our Excellency, I overheard that you are even planning to go at your age. I don't know. Are you not ashamed? Okay, your significance in reigning, in being the president for almost 8 years now. What is the significance? Even Obasanjo, that people were lamenting that he destroyed Nigeria, he did this, including IVB, exclaiming that Obasanjo is the one that destroyed Nigeria. We can still, see some tangible things that during the time of Obasanjo. Me in particular, if somebody wants to go for even 50 terms, I'm not against it. But what are you doing for the citizens? Hey? Our youth are jobless. Yet the Federal High Court overall, the only thing you can legalize is prostitution. You think all the adults even do you think they buy the idea? Prostitution, you don't know what that means. Thank God we are able to fight Ebola the other time. Diseases will be rampant. Diseases here and there will be rampant. And fellow Nigerians, they don't reason. No matter the hardship in Nigeria, None of them is taking advantage. I don't wonder. I honestly, at times, I wonder why somebody like Showore is ready to die for us. Nigerians are not worth dying for. When they say something that is for much, they always think they don't have a set talk about disadvantage of anything. You know that a lot of our men are so senseless. You legalize prostitution in Nigeria. Although I know the law enforcement have no choice, the way things are going now in Nigeria, they might be like, maybe this will make our government, but all this money that our government are embezzling, they are taking it to Olosho house. That is what the law don't know. This kind of enforcement is the most critical and dangerous thing the government could ever do. To stop having this the thinking, the thought that after all, our women, instead of them traveling abroad to go and be doing it, they can do it at home. You know the problem Nigeria is facing. It's not the problem of lack of prostitution, lack of ashewo here and there. That is not the problem facing Nigeria. The problem facing Nigeria is we need water, we need light. A lot of people can become an entrepreneur if there is water, if there is light. We need good road, we need food. If you give Nigerians all those things, gbagbe, leave them to themselves. They can become a great entrepreneur. They can become, no matter how small, they can become a great, even the greatest entrepreneur in the world. You know what we need? Not punani. Punani is is excess in Nigeria. Free, cheap and useless, dirty punanis are all over there. You don't need to legalize anything. Our ladies are already prostitutes. They are already professional prostitutes. You don't need to come and they don't need support. Whether you legalize it or not, it's rampant and they know how they go about their thing. Now I support Daddy Shoki. I think I understand what Daddy Shoki is saying. The other time you say you want to regulate the media. Hey, Daddy Shoki, I think you are making sense now. Honestly, look at the Federal High Court overall in Nigeria. So what you are thinking, you think Nigerian men are lacking pussy. You will see how foreigners will be jetting in, especially those Indian men that we were told that they have the largest prick in the world. Not only that, they have the largest urge for sex. Indian men. We were told, according to estimation, according to reports, Indian men. And these people are filled with diseases. You will see how a lot of foreign men will be jetting into Nigeria in the name of just because a lot of people are out there ready for Sodom and Gomorrah. Not only Nigerians, a lot of people out there. In the name of that, you will see what Nigeria will turn into. How can you encourage prostitution when the life of our female is already a mercy? A lot of actresses claim to be actresses, but it's a way of selling their punanis. A lot of celeb, a lot of great people, even in the bank, a lot of great women claim they are bankers, claim they are into it, but it's a way of selling their punanis. Yes, a lot of Nigerian females are already professional prostitutes. Why are you what are you legalizing in it? Hey? Why can't you encourage assassins then? Encourage armed robber? Encourage Yahoo? Why should you encourage prostitution when the country is already a messy place? Before anything, any lady will rather lay their pussy for anything. They will rather give their pussy for anything. For goodness sake. Don't confuse the youth and younger ones, please. Me, I believe there is always chance for a change, for a positive change. Please, don't confuse the youth and younger ones, please. We should be a role model. You and I out there, fellow Nigerians, are you hearing? In one way or the other, positively, we should always model. I fear for the coming generation. I fear so much for them. Please. Yes, I know there is hardship in Nigeria. We don't let the citizens do not have rights. I know it's like we are in bondage. I know that they write us, we are into. Do you understand? I understand what fellow citizens could be going through. But encouraging antisocial behavior like prostitution is not the way out. Multitude of our ladies are already professional prostitution. Whether you encourage or not, they know how they go about their thing. I'm used to a lot of people that practice antisocial behavior. I know how things go. I know how things go on. I know what is going on. Please, why I'm lamenting? The media channel is basically, my foundation is basically because of the coming generation, the younger ones, the youth. I fear for their life. Please, I beg us. Please, I fear for the life of this coming generation. I fear for the life of them. Don't confuse them. Don't contradict their life. And the Olu Media Channel keep lamenting. President Biari, during your time, because your priority is that even if possible, you want to go to term with nothing tangible to show for it. Now the Federal High Court, all the way from Abuja, encouraging prostitution and even state a warning to the officers. State a warning to the officers that nobody should invade them, although a lot of officers love pulling human beings down. A lot of officers in Nigeria, both police and they lack strategy. They don't have respect for humanity. Not only prostitution that should not be invaded, even other fellow citizens, come what may. You don't know that all these adults, evil people will be using them as their, do you understand? They will be using them because they know that the government have warned the police not to invade them. All these assassins, all these drug addicts, all these ritualists will be paying them and be using them negatively. They will be using them as hideout. You don't know. Please. For goodness sake. Wait. Lord, please take charge. Only God can take perfect control. Only God can take perfect control in Nigeria. Only God can take perfect control. All these people, all these bad people, drug people, those who are into the barren people that are into drug, the assassins, the aya killers, all these great people that are into shady things will just be tipping them some money, tipping adults, using them as hideout. Mind what you encourage. You don't encourage antisocial behavior. You don't need to come out. In each country there is prostitution going on in each country. Even America do not encourage prostitution. Things might look weird and crazy and messy in America. That does not mean they encourage prostitution. No country encourage prostitution. We can do better, Nigeria. We can do better. And the Olu Media Channel. I refuse to welcome any big body on board. I'm obsessed in the spirit, the way things are going. I fear for the coming generation. I fear for our youth. You and I should be a good example. You and I should be a good example. What is there to encourage in prostitution? When all housewives are lamenting they don't enjoy their husband. All relationships too are lamenting that their man